See, look at this. Terps is back at the chip lead, back at the summit, Tom.
He went down to less than 1,000 chips.
He had 650 chips at one point, and now he's right back in there.
He's
Never give up, kids.
Crept up, just taking pots. No mega big steals, just, Terps is good. He's a good player.
He makes the right decisions quite a lot of the time. The pocket queens for Radders. Nice hand. What's Shingo? He's given them a really good eyeball.
No, fold that. Yeah, too late.
If you say it.
Ace, Queen, King would be the best flop.
Wow, we would see...
Okay, that is 9, 10, Jack. So Radders now has
the
an
up-down.
overpair to the board. In other words, the pair in her hand is higher than any of the cards out. That's an overpair and an up and down straight draw. This is a dream flop for Radders in a way. The only thing she might be worried about is the 2 diamonds. She's going to bet 500. Duncan should get out of the way.
He does it.
But he's bored. He's looking at his chips and he's thinking, that's a lot of my stack. And he's folded.
Yeah.
So when Radders builds a pot, pre-flop, flop comes down, she bets it again, takes it down. Well played.
She's hitting like good... She's had some good hands.
Yeah, she's betting it. She's getting value from her hands. It's good. She really did do some research. I'm impressed.
Is there different brands?
I keep it in this. This is creatine.
Creatine.
Oh, fucking yes. Come on, let's do this. Come on.
Pumped.
This place is dirty as well. We should clean this up as well.
Yeah.
Should I clean this up as we do? I think we just clean it up.
That creatine help your focus?
It's great for hydration, rehydrating my muscles and just give me some energy.
Flex for us.
Let's do this, come on! Yeah!
Bam. Just getting the guns out again. Terps loves the camera, and
He really
the camera
does.
loves Terps.
It does, especially with them muscles. God, I wish I had massive muscles, Tom. I keep saying to Mrs. F, there's no excuse for me not being in shape. I'm at home all day long, pretty much every day, right? I should be spending an hour a day getting jacked.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really
You should
should.
be like fucking muscle guys.
I don't want to be like big, because I said to Mrs. F, what if I was like John Cena big? She was like, oh God, no, that's gross. But she doesn't want too much muscle.
But
I'm also thinking part of her would like that.
oh yeah, she
You know what I
says
mean?
like, oh no, that's disgusting.
And then if I turned up like, I have been working out secretly at night, and was massive.
you haven't seen me for the last 6 months.
Exactly.
But
She
here
might
I
be sort
am.
of, woo, so I think she might change her mind.
Has anybody ever done cocaine at the table?
No.
Interesting. No, I'm
Interesting.
just curious about the whole scene,
Questions are getting weirder and weirder.
Has anyone ever played completely nude in your casino before?
Put someone jacket up on the table.
We need some names for the players.
So I was prepared to call Radders badders if she turned out to be bad, but she's actually been radical. So can we call her Radical Radders instead?
Radical.
We need to call Terps something to do with muscles and creepy uncles.
Creepy Uncle Muscles.
Duncan is just, he's been very quiet, very focused.
Really quiet.
He's taken off his outfit. Shin needs to be called Richard Shinnans.
Nice.
There you go.
Okay, Duncan probably looking fairly happy.
Can we call him Fairly Happy Duncan?
Fairly happy Duncan. Creepy Uncle Muscles with a Queen Jack.
I think that's the worst nickname we've ever come up with. Creepy Uncle Muscles. I love it though, for that reason. Creepy Uncle Muscles is probably going to play the Queen Jack here. Fairly Happy Duncan makes a big pre-flop raise. Creepy Uncle Muscles has called this. Just to give you some idea of what's going to happen, that is a sixth of his stack with Queen Jack. I do not like. She should absolutely get out of the way. She does. Lewis should fold this. I know Lewis gets into this mindset where he thinks, I'm being pushed around here, and I'm Lewis Brindley of the Yogscast.
I made this shit!
Exactly. And he gets worried that he's getting bullied around. And even when he's got nothing, he decides to make a stand. It's suited King 7. Don't do it, Lewis. Yeah, when he does the 2 fingers, you know he's folding.
Oh, did you see that flicker?
He thought about it. I'm glad he folded. So this is Ace, King, Queen, Jack. If it comes down 10, Queen, Jack, action flop, Tom. But it's unlikely. I'm predicting a flop of 10, 7, Ace. That's what I reckon.
3 twos.
Oof, I was close. Ace, Queen, 8. Duncan looked straight away at his chips. He's basically all in. Yep.
All in.
Bang. Creepy Uncle Muscles is like, well, I've got second pair and a decent kicker, so I'm going to call you because I've got a load of chips.
Ooh, 200, yeah?
That is a call.
It's a bad call.
Terps has got a queen. Duncan's got an ace.
So a 10 here would be a really bad card for Creepy Uncle Muscles because it would mean that one of his outs would give Duncan a better hand.
Right.
So let's see what happens here. 2 of hearts. If only... Oh, wait, now, even worse, a jack of hearts gives Fairly Happy Duncan a flush as well. So that's another out
another
gone.
card from the winning pool.
Here we
for
go.
Creepy Uncle
Not
Muscles.
a queen or a jack, please. Duncan deserves this. Needs to double up to stay in the tournament. And Creepy Uncle Muscles must be punished for his loose call. Oh, you mother humper.
Oh.
They call me
It's fucking out.
Calfcast.
Wow. A little bit of shade to Calf the River cast.
Poker is not a just game, Tom.
Duncan.
That is
Fuck.
that was the right play
Yeah.
on
Oh,
every
shit.
street.
But if you deserve to win, you would.
The little comment from Shin. If you deserve to win, you would. I like that. You know, a little bit of bets at the table.
That's true. Just
You
rub
know,
it in.
those two, they're old friends.
Yes.
They can get away with saying
Exactly.
stuff like that to each other.
I feel bad for Duncan there. He played it fine, got all the chips in the middle with the best hand, he got outdrawn. It happens, that's poker. The camera they've got for the dealer is like such a jank little GoPro camera or
Yeah,
something.
it's the ropiest camera that I think we have in the office.
Like, as well as tips, like some guys, like sometimes bring sweets for us.
Did you hear that? The dealer is saying that some guys bring sweets for them. I find that creepy Uncle Muscles-ish.
I think that is Creepy Uncle Muscles giving out the sweets literally right
He's
now.
handing out sweets. Do you think Terp shaves his chest?
Oh no,
I don't know,
you
there's
can
some
see,
hair
you can
there.
see like the
But it's
hair.
very tidy. He doesn't have no hairy upper arms, no shoulder hair there, nothing. I wish I had smooth shoulders and back, Tom. I'm a hairy motherfucker everywhere, really, apart from where it counts.
See my back, not too bad, but recently my upper arms have started
Yeah, it creeps.
They're getting like a bit of a fuzz to
It gets
them.
worse, my friend. Mrs. F occasionally forces me to have my body waxed, shoulders and back. It's the most painful thing I've ever gone through. Well, actually, that's not true. I've had a few painful things, but it's one of them. And you're paying for the privilege to be destroyed by, and the women love it. When they wax you, they're like, this one woman that was waxing me, she said, I'm just thinking of my boyfriend when I'm waxing, man. I was like, really? She's like, yeah, take this. I'm just like ripping out the hair. And I was like, God, please don't use me as like a voodoo doll. But she was like, do you want me to do your bum crack as well? And I was like, no, just the back and the shoulders. She was like, okay, most blokes go for that these days.
Man.
Wax the whole thing.
The
I was
whole
like,
thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was like, no, just that's fine.
would they like your balls? Do
Yeah,
they
the
wax
whole
your balls?
thing.
I'd be worried about it ripping.
They call it back, sack, and crack.
But I've heard that.
They do the whole shebang.
So, Radders and Creepy Uncle Muscles both looking at a pair of fours on the
Yeah.
table.
They actually have identical hands.
I know I'm doing some folding.
Shinnons gets out of the way. This is going to be a battle of will. Another four would be interesting, but of course they are split in the pot if that happens. They have identical hands. It's always interesting to see people with identical hands.
Play against each
Yeah,
other.
because it's like this is where you see how important position, acting first, cojones, chip stack. She's just going to smooth call him. This is loosey goosey.
Minimum raise is 2,000.
Yeah.
Oh, get out of there.
And just Terps instantly.
Oh, I know what you got. That's all I want.
Cool.
God. Split pot. It's fine.
This is pretty interesting. Split pot, he says.
7. So nothing.
I reckon he's going to check.
I'll check.
Yeah. And she should check as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it has nothing.
Split pot.
6-4.
Yep.
What?
4-6.
6-4. Yes.
You do split the pot.
Pocket
Pair
cowboys.
of kings.
They're cowboys. We should put on our cowboy hats to imply that he's got a
pair
pair
of
of cowboys.
cowboys. Wow, all the kings have come out. Every king.
Does Radders have a king as
Raz
well?
has a king.
Okay.
Richard Shinnons has a king. I'm impressed.
Lewis gets out the way. Duncan folds.
I'll raise to 600.
Yeah, so he's going to raise it up.
Do I need to add another 3, right? Cool.
Yeah, I'll also call that.
Cool.
Well, spades or hearts would be disastrous for Terps here. He can't improve. What is that? 2 diamonds and a heart. So that's a 6 for Richard Shinnons. He's going to think he's got the top pair. Radders is going to think she's got bottom pair. Little do they know, they are secretly crushed. He's going to bet it again.
2,000.
Did he say 2,000?
Cool.
No, Radders, you were doing well.
How has this flop changed anything? Like,
What are
no
these
one's
guys
gonna-
like?
No one's going to go in with a 6, a 3, or a 5.
No, Shin.
He's thinking.
You got to play at some point, don't you?
No, you don't. That's not the way it works. This is a huge pot. This is Terps could clean 2 players out here if he plays this right. Is he all in?
I
Okay,
think
so
he's gone
Shin is all in.
He was the short stack.
He was
at
the short
table.
stack. He can buy back.
Oh, nice. He's doing the squat.
What's the next card, dealer? It's a Queen of Hearts. That
Queen of
gives
Hearts.
That gives a whole new range of possibilities for Shin. Looks like Radders and Terps are going to check this down. Another heart would be interesting.
Oh.
It's the Jack of Diamonds. He's going to bet this.
Pretty much.
Radders can't call. Oh, no.
Okay, I think Radders has changed over.
Pair of kings.
She's lost the radical title.
What did I have? 6 and a king.
Oh, everyone, there's the other kings, you bastards.
Some of these calls are so loose, it's actually scary. That's like a 20% of your stack just to call with bottom pair. I've got the matches. I've got a 3 and there's a 3 on the board. But think about all the hands that beat you. The general thing you've got to think when you're trying to call a big bet, Tom, is what do I beat?
And
What do you beat?
At that table, pair of 3s did not beat a lot.
Exactly. It really doesn't beat much.
Do you ever have anybody like sit in like a weird position like this?
Yes. Yeah, well, not quite like that.
I do like this crouch. It's action.
Okay, so some Badders and Shinnon's action.
Yes, there should be no action. He's going to bet it. She cannot call. She has nothing.
Raise 300.
She's playing every hand.
She went from being close to the top. Was she top or she was like either
She was
second?
close.
And has just played every hand and lost every single hand since then.
The people get into the habit of looking at their cards and then looking at the amount and thinking that you have to play every hand. Like, Lewis and Duncan have been folding a lot. All right, they haven't had the best of it, and Lewis made some ill-advised calls pre-flop with garbagey kind of hands. I mean, Duncan's been playing very tight. He went out in desperately unlucky way.
Yeah, he was really unfortunate.
I think she bet and he called.
7.
She's got nothing. If another spade comes, she gets a 4 high flush, which is pretty bad, but it might be enough, I guess.
I think at this table, like a flush, you would definitely play the flush.
Let's see your 300 Radders. Get out of this pot, it's mine.
That's a brave bet, that. Poor.
He's bet.
Okay.
No, no, Radders, no! Spade? It is a spade, my God.
Oh, instantly looking at
Looks
the
at
money.
her cards.
Oh, fuck.
Shin with a slight tell there, looking at the spades and going, fuck.
Hey, Shin.
Could be
Yeah.
raw flush.
You're raw flush.
The rarest of all.
Feel that
1,000.
fairly unlikely.
If Shin is good, he will fold this.
I mean, she does not deserve to win this pot, but
No,
she will.
not at all.
You can't call this, Shin. You cannot
Do
call
not
this,
call.
buddy. Please, God, no.
He's
You're losing to
gonna,
any spade.
Because the whole time Brad has just met him until that final
And now she's
final spade
betting
came
to-
down, and then just
yeah.
like bam, she puts the 1,000 in. He should know. He should be able to tell.
Yeah, fold.
Yeah, he's folded. All right.
Yes. You know what?
Don't show.
Well fucking
Oh.
played.
But she's playing Jack 4, and she played all that money to just. I mean, look at Lewis. He can't believe what he's seeing.
The second that last spade came down on the river, I
Some
was like,
low spade there.
There's a lot of excitement when the cards are being dealt to you. By the way, look at no one's looking at anybody else when they're getting dealt their cards. I do that all the time.
So would you recommend that you just stay?
Don't
that
look at your cards until it's your turn to act. That's one thing you can do. Or have a look at everyone else when they're looking at their cards. Just have a little look, see what they do. See if they look at their chips straight away. See if they lean back. You can pick up some tells from people.
I too would like to fold.
Badders has got the.
Pocket nines.
It feels like she has often got lucky hands in. Like it's not the best, but she's always getting like playable stuff.
Lewis is. I think he's banged it all in. So we've got Ace Deuce, 9-9, and Jack 10.
But Lewis will double his stack.
Yeah, but at this point, Tom, the problem is, oh my God,
He got the 10 and the jack.
this is a very interesting flop. Radders has an up and down straight draw, 8, 9, 10 Jack. Lewis has 2 pair. Fairly Happy Duncan has nothing. He should get out of the way. Radders is going to bet this. Lewis is going to re-raise all in.
what's the minimum raise?
What's the minimum raise? Always shows strength that, Tom. Lewis has to be all in here. Look at him trying to look like he's in torment.
Because normally, yeah, exactly. Normally he will be doing this a lot,
He's all in.
rubbing his face.
Get in there, Duncan. Duncan's out of there.
Duncan is out.
Oh, God, what have I got?
1,200 to put in, so 2 reds and 2 blacks.
See, this is what Tubbs done. She calls it with the pocket nines. She should. She's got an up and down straight draw.
A pair of jacks.
Okay.
And a pair of tens.
Oh.
But you got straight draw.
This is a sweat for Lewis. A queen, a 7, or another 9 will make the winning hand for Radders. Lewis, a jack or a 10 kills it, and he wins.
Whoa!
A 7. So she's made her straight. 7, 8, 9, 10 jack. But now a 10 or a jack wins it for Lewis. That's desperately unlucky. I mean, I think she made the right call there. She had him covered. I don't think it was that bad. Lewis could be going in there with pretty much anything.
Bam.
Oh, hang
Doesn't
on.
make any difference.
No.
It's a 7, doesn't change a thing.
Straight.
Well played.
Straight
Well
takes it.
played, man. Well played.
Well played.
Is all this mine?
Yeah.
What a trash talk.
What an asshole. Holy shit.
Oh, did I win?
Is all of this for me? Oh, all of your money, Lewis. Yes.
This was yours, wasn't it? No, it's mine.
Oh, isn't it funny how this game works?
But busting makes me feel good. 80s classic. Ray Parker Jr., baby.
You know what I love about Terps is he's a guy who revels in embarrassing himself. You know what I mean?
I don't think he has like a bottom level. Like he can just.
He literally like 80s classic. Like that's such an Alan Partridge thing to say, and he's like he knows it, but he plays up to that, and he's like that all the time.
I think it's like I always see a lot of what's the guy called David Brent.
Yeah.
Terps loves David Brent, and I think he wants to be.
I don't think he's like David Brent. Terps is a nice guy. Like David Brent is horrible.
But the
uncomfortable cheesiness.
uncomfortable, cheesy, like just bam, relentlessly.
Maybe. I mean, Terps is a very likable guy, very funny. Certainly more likable than Lewis. Ugh.
Wow. Boom. You heard it here first.
Lucky Lewis. Ace Queen, here we go. He's going to bang it all in here, and Creepy Uncle Muscles will call him with his Jack 10. So it's a call, a call, a call, and Duncan should raise. All in, Duncan. All in. All in. Shovey shove.
Put another 1,000.
No!
1,400.
You could have given us a nice family pot, and look what you've done.
They should realise that Duncan has hardly played a pot. He's played premium hands only. His plan, he said to me, was to play what's called tight aggressive, Tom. Play good hands, like the range of hands you're playing is very small, but when you're in a pot, you are fucking going for it. Like bam, bam, bam. Very aggressive.
Okay,
Lewis
calling
is
as
in.
well. Too much value here.
Right, on your backs, boys.
No.
That's not how it works.
he was going.
I think we've had 3 callers to his bet. He needs to hit this, and he needs to hit it hard. So he's missed the flop. Now it's harder for him to represent. Ace 2, 3, 4 for Richard Shinnon, so he's got a little gut shot-ish straight draw. I don't know what they call it when you're drawing to the wheel, which is what Ace 2, 3, 4, 5 is called, the wheel.
I have to get out of the way.
Well, the action's down there.
Get out of the
Duncan is
way.
down to 1,000. That's what he brought in.
Oh.
He's got 1,000 left. He bets it. He's somehow built this pot. I don't know how.
It was just everyone. Everyone wanted to throw $1,000 in there.
This is a 9k pot. This puts him just under Radders from a single hand. He somehow got paid off.
If I was to go into this, I'd be pissing away 1,000. So it's fucking. You see that pot?
It's a 9k pot. And he's getting 9 to 1.
That's fine. He needs it. He's not in the final.
He does need it.
He's going to call him.
Do I want to bankroll?
Let's give him extra money. That's fine.
No, I'm not going to play like that. I'm going to fold.
Okay. There you go. Well played.
He's folded it anyway. Duncan had nothing apart from high card ace.
What's a way to solve the rebuys problem?
Yeah.
If you
four, right?
have to rebuy, you also have to take off a piece of clothing to use to buy.
Okay. Where very little already.
You're screwed, aren't you?
Well, I mean, all I have on, really, are very short shorts.
No.
I mean, does the bum bag count?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool, that's
Or a fanny pack, as they call it in
Nice.
America.
fanny
Fanny
pack.
pack.
Or a vagina sack for our American viewers out there. Translated that for you.
So
Pocket 10s for Creepy Uncle. Queen 4, Ace 7, 3 deuce, 9 something. Yeah, 9 5. Dolly Parton. No one has any reason to be in this pot apart from Creepy Uncle Muscles, and he's bet 400. Radders is called with deuce 3. If she was mixing it up, I don't mind it, but she's doing it every time, calling
Just-
with junk cards.
every round, just play every round. Put my money in.
Yeah.
This is going to be a very
Check
stuff
a bit.
all in.
Check.
He's called with Queen 4. Duncan, no. Okay, she's flopped. Bottom pair. Shin has flopped. Middle
Oh.
pair. Creepy Uncle Muscles has a set of 10s.
So Bad has played a really big hand on bottom pair in the past.
She's married to this. Oh no. So he bet 400. She's called it.
You can go all in if you want, because on the next turn, it's up to you.
You might as well go
I'm just saying. You can go all in this turn or next turn, it's up to you.
Terp's just talking him into it. It's brutal.
Going all in.
Okay.
Oh my god. Riders, get out.
Is it 300 more?
No, it's not. You don't have to. No.
I just want to get him out.
He's up again. He's going to really. These chairs were put together by Daff. They are from IKEA. They were looking down, straight down the barrel.
Fucking hell.
It's your boy.
You shouldn't know.
Would you move?
Oh, that's shit for me.
I will fan up. 1,000.
Please, Radders. Please fold. You beat nothing.
Oh,
Thank God. She shouldn't have invested a penny more in that pot.
He's getting all the hands. It's ridiculous.
Oh my God.
What's he got? What's he got? What's he got? A 9.
A 9
And
and a 5.
5.
He's dead.
Pair of fines. Okay, that's
So
fine.
didn't you flop a set of 9s earlier?
I did, yeah,
And now
and a
you
set of
flopped
kings.
a set of 10s.
Yeah.
I think you're
I mean,
dead,
how many
sir.
hands have we had? You've had a
you're
set
dead.
of 9s, a set of 10s.
Fucking Lewis, always grumbling about not getting the card. Oh, Terp's getting all the cards.
Those were my cards.
Do you know what the problem is when Terps hits these cards, he's getting paid off.
Yeah,
Stop paying him off. You call him with garbage all the time. Oh, why didn't my Jack 7 do anything? So, because he's playing good hands. And when he hits them, he bets them, and you chumps keep giving him money.
Just endlessly.
I don't think he's got it. Oh, I'm going to call with my bottom pairs. Christ.
Are we near a break?
I hope
Is it
so.
almost-
I'm starving.
Shin, do you want to buy back in?
No, he's got to get permission.
Okay, you ask Pyrion and Tom.
We're going to let him in.
Say no, Pyrion and Tom.
No.
Give me my fucking moment.
She is getting very mouthy for someone who is playing terribly and just
I'm
luck.
like, on principle, for that shouted demand, Shin is in.
Cool. Yeah.
But that is it. No more buybacks for anybody henceforth.
Yeah. He looks so good. I love this outfit so much. You look so authentic.
Big fans. Big fans.
The real question
It's
I
a game.
have I been playing terribly?
I think you've been.
You had a couple of spells where I was like, good laydown, didn't get mixed up. But then you're going back to your old habits of playing these junk cards and being like, well, Radders is playing dreadfully.
Yeah.
She's doing things like, it comes down like 10 Jack 3, she's got 3-5, and she's putting thousands and thousands in. She called, I think it was against you when she drew to the flush. She had Jack 4, and she was just calling, she just had nothing, just calling with junk, and then she miracled this flush. It's bad.
Do I have permission from the poker gods to buy in?
Once, that's it. No more buybacks for anybody. So this is you. This is
Okay.
the last one. So yes, you are allowed back in.
But let everyone know no one else
Yeah, that's
goes back
it.
in
Get some good
after
cards,
this.
Shin, and re-raise pre-flop. Get those blinds because they're big enough that they count now.
I will take this advice. I will do you proud, master.
Do us
Tom.
proud.
I'm kind of like the cleaner or something. Pair of kings.
Skinny
for
Pete with the
Skinny
Cowboys.
Let's see how this goes down.
Terps did a Smith and clocked us jumping up and down and getting excited there.
The ace 4, the ace 3. If we can see an ace come down.
See, he folded. He folded because he saw our reaction. Ladders is going to get involved here. Reasonably happy Duncan. She's going to bet. Skinny Pete's going to do something here.
Back.
2,000.
2,000.
I kind of feel like he's been told there under no circumstances he let back in. He just comes in. Yeah, he said I could rebuy. Yeah. He knows we can here.
That's it. Once and no more.
Fuck, if Lewis goes all in and is out on this hand, I would say we let him in just after the break.
Why?
Because if they land, an ace comes down on the river and gets
A
those
pity
guys.
Because this is basically what they call the bubble. So if you go out now, there's no chance. Now, Radders has hit a 3. We know Radders loves these 3s. She is
loves
going to bet
playing
this. She is going to go all
lowest
the way
pair.
to 2K pot. Whatever she bets, Lewis is going to re-raise it all in. Yep.
He's all in.
How do I match that?
How do I match that? You don't! You fold!
Good hand though, so.
Match it.
Match it.
Moneymax, let's have a look.
It's the old Terps classic.
Oh!
Kings.
So kings at the moment. However, a pair of 3s. If we see another 3
An ace
or an
3
ace.
will do it.
You gonna squat?
So if Lewis goes out, I just straight up. I think
Oh, careful! Careful! Sit
He
down,
is
says
a
Radders.
little baggy.
I mean, they're both good hands.
They're not both good hands. One of them is a good hand, the other is garbage. But Radders has won with garbage before. There's a jack, changes nothing. Creepy Uncle Muscles would have a trip jacks and a draw to a flush. So poor old Muscles would have loved to have been in this hand. No ace, no 3. No ace, no 3. No ace, no 3.
Bam!
Okay, he doubles up.
Oh, good job.
So I think they should see Radders as like an ATM here, right? She
Just-
will pay you off.
Especially if you see a 3 on the table, guaranteed she has got a second 3 and is.
The
she
only
loves
problem
those-
is they
those double
can't
threes.
put her on anything. They have no idea. Like she'll call you with junk, She could have the nuts. It's very difficult to call. But over time, if you just tighten up against her, you will make money. I mean, you can expand your range, which is the other thing you can do. If you have top pair, you know she's going to call you off with second or third pair. Don't see her calls as strength. She's a calling station. Just calls and calls and calls. Just have something to show down at the end, and you can take her money.
Every single time.
Do not bluff Radders, ever. I think we're going to take a wee break, Tom.
This is literally a wee break. This is the Pokerist Yogscast Poker Nights tournament. It is getting heated. Everyone's still in.
Yep.
We've had a few buybacks, but we're going into the second half soon.
And now it's make or break, do or die. No buybacks from this point on. So hopefully that should ramp up the tension, and maybe the players will play better poker.
I would like to see that happen.
Doubt it. See you soon.
See ya, partners.